In the Bakumatsu region of Nioh 3, you will encounter Nuribotoke as the final boss when clearing the Crucible. Today, I will briefly show you how you can defeat this boss quickly and easily. I use the head of the Iga Ninja set and ninja tools as my main weapons. It is worth collecting a set of all 7 items. At the same time, it does not matter what weapon you use. The main tactic is to move as far away from the boss as possible and throw all your throwing items at him from a long distance. When Ninja Tools runs out, we start using magic and wait for the right moment to make the perfect dodge. This tactic will allow you to avoid most of Nuribotoke's attacks and defeat him very quickly. In this battle, I use a Fire Shuriken, a regular kunai, and Thundering Calamity. This selection of ninja tools allows you to deal a lot of damage and quickly restore throwing items. At the beginning of the Dark phase, I ran out of ninja tools, and I'm not rushing to approach the boss yet. I'm waiting for his attacks to understand how easy or difficult it will be to dodge them. Therefore, I actively use magic during this period. My active skills are set to Demon of Envy and Water and Wind shots. I alternate between magic and try to study Nuribotoke's behavior. When the boss stretches upward and becomes very large, it means that in the next moment he will fall to the ground with a blow. This is the perfect moment to dodge and restore my throwing items. In general, I expected the boss to be more difficult and to attack more aggressively and unexpectedly. In this case, retreating to a long distance doesn't even allow me to dodge often and restore my ninja tools. Therefore, when I understand what moves Nuribotoke will perform next, I approach at a medium distance to make the perfect dodge in time. When the first Dark phase ended, I realized that all the attacks I had just seen would continue to alternate. So I realized that I could win this battle by using my tactics and throwing objects. When Nuribotoke creates a large fireball, you have to keep moving because the ball flies after you and then explodes. It is very easy to avoid this attack because the fireball moves slowly. After that, I decided to activate my ultimate ability to deal a lot of damage to the enemy and also restore ninja tools. As always at this time, I make the laziest combinations possible. This is a jump in the air and a heavy attack. Here, it is important not only to damage the enemy, but also to keep an eye on your ultimate ability gauge so that you can move to a safe distance in time. During this battle, I noticed many opportunities to get close to the boss and damage him with normal attacks. But since I'm not set up for close combat, I simply ignored these opportunities. I am only interested in perfect dodging and restoring ninja tools. All magic shots run out pretty quickly, but the boss doesn't have much health left either. Since this was only my second encounter with the boss, I didn't want to lose this battle and have to start over, so I tried to be as careful as possible. At times I had to just stand and do nothing, waiting for Nuribotoke's attack so I could dodge it. I think this enemy is well below average on the difficulty scale, so you'll be able to defeat it easily too. Using all the magic I had stored up, I switched to the second tab, where my assistants are located, who can be summoned to this battle. First, I use Blood Edge Demon. He deals a little extra damage and disappears. Unfortunately, he fails to weaken the boss so that he takes constant damage from fire. When Nuribotoke shoots a ring of fire across the ground, I try to dodge it and rush forward to the boss. Very often, this dodge works perfectly and restores my powerful Thundering Calamity attack and several throwing items. Also, at the end of the battle, I summon Enenra twice, and this time, in addition to the usual damage dealt by my ally, he also sets the boss on fire, and the boss begins to take additional damage while the debuff is active. The finish line is not far away. I need to carefully restore ninja tools and finish the fight with a victory. There should be no surprises here. I even got tired of waiting for the boss to attack me, so I ran up to him to deal some damage with light blows from behind. Finally, Nuribotoke is defeated, and the mission is complete. Like and subscribe to the channel. Also, check out other videos about Nioh 3, where I show you how to complete tricky quests and defeat all the bosses in the game. See you in the next video.